We're all going to be needing to come to standing and have some room to move side to side, forward and back. I'll set up my timer and we can get started. We're going to start by sitting in, nice deep squat, big hip opener. For those of you who don't know, my name is Addie, and I will be around for about 10 minutes after class. Love always to hear from you all, what you liked, didn't like, any exercises that you really want to do, any exercises you really don't like to do. Hello, Terry. How you doing? Welcome. Good afternoon. Hope it's not too hot in Vegas. All right, moving to a lateral lunge. Nice tall chest. Good form, knee sitting over that ankle. Sitting back in like you're sitting in a chair. Welcome, welcome. We're just getting warmed up. For class today, mixing it up, we're doing 30-second intervals. So it's gonna be 6-minute sections with 30 seconds of work and 10 seconds of break for 3 exercises and 3 rounds. I had an instructor called Dirty 30s one time, and I thought that was fun, so we're trying it out. Excellent. And we're going to be lunging back with a twist and up. You'll notice that always a fun addition for my classes is there are always cats doing something that shouldn't in the background. So if you notice my attention sway, we're stopping some mischievous behavior. Big twist. Making sure that knee is staying behind that toe, coming all the way down to a good 90 degrees. Excellent. Good tall chest. And reaching out to the sky, walking those hands out, bringing a good push up at the bottom, and walking back in. For these inchworms, you're welcome to go on your knees or on your toes. If your wrists are bothering you, welcome to take out the push-up or walk out on your fists, which really helps stabilize through those many, many carpal bones. I just really want you all to focus on good flat body plank form as we move in and out. One more. And coming up, facing center, going to a good soldier. Foot coming up, arm up and around. Welcome to hit this with your elbows to your knees as well. Really just want you to engage with those hips, loosening them up. This is a HIIT class. We will be moving all which ways, jumping up and down, and the like. So loosening up those hips, especially as I know I've been doing is sitting in front of the computer all day, is critical. Let's get 3 more in, 2, 1, then bringing up the knee to our chest and doing 1, 2, 3, 4 butt kickers. Knee, knee, 1, 2, 3, 4 butt kickers. At the end of this warm up here, we're getting that heart rate up. Our first set of dirty 30s is going to be HIIT, and we'll be alternating with abs as well. So always know that you have a break ahead of you. All the more reason to give it all you got during that interval of work. All right, good tall chest. When we're doing these butt kickers, really want you to focus on keeping those shoulders down and back. Really good running form. Allows stabilization along the vertebral column. And the last one, moving into jumping jacks. Welcome to step out. Instead, if you have any knee or ankle issues, or even just not wanting to do big impacts today, every one of our exercises will have a low impact option to make sure it's available to you. Good work, Tomo. All right, last but not least, joining me, 8 burpees. Coming up, 1, down, 2, down, 3, down. If you have any wrist issues, moving into a jump squat is how I want you to finish this one off. 2 more. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Great warm up, friends. Grab yourself a drink of water. I will get our timer started. Our first 3 exercises of our lovely pairing are going from high knees to a jack with many variations, down to a mountain climber or squat jump. So choosing that last exercise depending on how your body feels, making sure you're keeping that heart rate up the entire time. Each one of these exercises, we're going from 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off, through each of the 3 exercises 3 times. I'll make sure to count for you. Don't worry about keeping track. Just listen to my instruction on where we're moving and keep that heart rate up and moving throughout. We are starting with these high knees in 10. Want you to focus on shoulders down and back, knees coming up in front of you. All right, 3, 2, 1. Good. Hands moving along with you, or putting them in front to make sure your knees are hitting those hands throughout, whichever works. But really focus on sitting back. When your knees come up, it should almost be like 90 degrees at your hips and 90 degrees at your knees as well. 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Rest. See how it just flies by? I love it. Going into jumping jacks in 5. Now, everyone, I want you to start at your basic jumping jack. Can you step out right now? But another option, if you'd like to mix it up, is including a power jack, which looks like this, where both your hands and feet come up. Instead, you can also, I like to add 1 power jack in every like 2 or 3, because maintaining them the entire time is very difficult. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Excellent work. Coming in, so this is where you're making that choice. Coming down on the floor for mountain climbers or moving into that squat jump, wherever your wrists are feeling. Let's get to it right now. If you're a climber, really focusing on a nice flat back, calves parallel to the ground throughout. Really running for all you've got. 10 more seconds. For those of you in a squat jump, sitting back, coming up off the floor. 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, that's round 1. Starting for round 2 out of 3. In 5, back to the top with those high knees. Let's go. Got it. Minute 30 down. About 3 minutes of work to go. Halfway through these high knees, and remembering our next set of 3 exercises on the ground for those abs. So you will be letting that heart rate down. So give it all you got. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Next exercise. You know what's coming. We've got some jumping jacks. 3, 2, 1. Now, if you're here with the, standardized jumping jack, this is the cardio section. So looking as if your arms are a blur next to your body. You do not need to get a full, all the way up and down. Jumping jack, really here for speed. How fast can you bring those legs and arms in and out? Same goes for if you're taking out the jump. 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Excellent work. Coming in, last exercise here are those mountain climbers. 3, 2, 1. Remembering our options, mountain climbers or squat jumps. 10 seconds down. After this, you're 2 out of 3 sets out of the way. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Very nice. I'm losing my voice a little bit. All right, we're getting started. Last set of 3. In 4, 3, 2, 1. High knees. Last round. Give it all you got. After this, we've got 1 minute of work left in this interval. And then we're going to the floor. Halfway there. Remembering we're sitting back in that chair. Making sure we're breathing. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Grab water whenever you need. Getting started on those jumping jacks. 3, 2, 1, and out. Deep breaths, making sure we're getting that oxygen circulating. Remember, we can option to add in the power jack as well. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Now, last but not least, make your choice. Mountain climbers or squat jumps. Getting started here in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Now, if you want to reduce impact on these squat jumps, coming up to those toes instead, or adding a little bounce. It's a great way to do it. I just want you to be moving throughout at whatever variation feels good for you. We got 15 seconds to go. Couple more in, keep working through. 3, 2, 1, rest. Excellent work. That's our first Dirty 30 segment done. Now, we got 4 more, just like it, coming up. A solid minute of rest in between each one. Joining me on the floor for our next section. Whenever you're ready, sitting on down or resting in child's pose. We are starting with a good plank variation in 30 seconds. So deep breaths here, let that oxygen recirculate. Keep your hands on your head, really opens up that diaphragm. Helps you get that oxygen to your body, reduces those painful stitches that caused by that buildup of lactic acid. For our next set, 3 exercises are a side-to-side plank, alternating left and right, a superhero roll, and bicycle variation. Let's start that plank in 3, 2, 1. What I want you to do is move side to side. That can be on your elbows or on your hands. Big reach on the top. Welcome to lift that foot up if you want an added challenge. 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. For that superhero roll, I'm gonna go perpendicular to my mat because this looks like coming up, full superhero, rolling, lifting the feet up or the knees. Let's do it. So roll, coming up to a Y, rolling over, bringing your feet to your hands or your knees to your hands, and then coming up, keeping our feet and hands up the entire time. 10 more seconds here. Lift, roll, crunch in, and rest. Excellent. Now, last but not least of this set of 3, coming onto our back, a bicycle. Right now, let's do it. On this bicycle, variations include keeping those knees together and alternating elbows touching the knees. You can also stay in a low crunch and just move those feet. And you can also keep those knees together and just do a little crunch right here. Good isolated movement, still working the same muscles. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Going back to the top, flipping over for those side planks. In 5, 3, 2, 1, reach. Turn and reach. The things I really want you to focus on are 2 different things. I want you to really focus on making sure that elbow stays directly below that shoulder and that your hips stay high. Those are the 2 things to really focus on for these last 10 seconds. Making sure that elbow stays below the shoulder helps really stabilize that joint. And rest. Excellent. Moving to those superhero rolls. I may need to run to stop a cat fight, but you all are starting right now. Coming up, roll, hands to feet or knees to elbows, reaching out, coming up to a superhero, rolling, hands to feet. You also can take out the crunch and simply roll. It leaves you in a little bit of a shallow hold, still very difficult. 3, 2, 1. Starting that bicycle. I'm stopping a cat fight. In 5. He's the most mischievous one in the house. 3, 2, 1. Bicycle. Let's do it. Any variation. Remember, we can isolate those elbows. We can isolate those feet. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, coming up and flipping over. Starting back, last round of this set right now. One side, reach, add the leg up if you're feeling good. I want to involve those abductors on the exterior portion of those quads. Excellent. Focusing on, remember those 2 things, elbow under that shoulder and hips in the air. 3, 2, 1. All right, last 2 exercises, last minute of work, coming back to those superhero rolls. Let's do it. Up, feet, hands in the air, feet and hands coming together. Up and together. Your gaze should be just in front of your head. Reduce the strain on that neck. Making sure those hands and feet are staying in the air the entire time. We got 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Finish strong. We're either going bicycle or bicycle variation. All I want you to do is engage that core. Let's go. Last 30 seconds of work for a well-deserved long minute break. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Deep breath. Grab a drink of water, sit down for a second. We got a long minute break before we're coming back to standing and going for another HIIT set. I'm getting sweaty. Hopefully you are too. Take that opportunity to towel off. You may notice this is one of my first classes with my new mat. Finally one that was available to order. So I'm very happy to be not rolling around on the ground anymore. It is a Pilates mat though, because that was the only thing that's available. So it's a little extra squishy. So I'm getting a little bit less of a hop action coming in, but don't follow me at that. Our next section is going to be really working on our lateral movement. So our 3 exercises are a lateral shuffle, welcome to do this behind your mat. If yours is kind of moving around, which I know mine is. We got a lateral shuffle coming in, an individual leg skier, and then an individual leg hop back side to side. You may be astute enough to know we have 3 going. So the first is on our right, second's on our left, third switching halfway. Let's start lateral shuffle right now. Lateral shuffle, touch the ground. Lateral, touch the ground. I have a nice mat in front of me to really measure out my distance. I want you to focus on maintaining the same lateral distance throughout. We got 10 more seconds. Tall chest, shoulders still pinched together as we move across. Good posture throughout. 3, 2, 1, rest. Really working on sitting back, keeping those knees behind those toes. Let's go to skiers. 3, 2, 1. For these skiers, working on that lateral jump movement. I would recommend getting nice and low, really working on that explosion off the individual foot here. And working on both of those feet coming up off the floor as we jump. 3, 2, 1. The last one, we're starting on our right leg. If this is going to bother you, welcome to go to high knees or still maintain those lateral skiers. But for those of you who are feeling good, one leg, right leg down, starting in 5, jumping side to side for 30 seconds. Let's do it. Really working on bouncing off the ball of our feet here. If you have any lines on your floor, jump over that line. I have wood floors in our living room here, so I'm jumping in between 2 different panels. You got 10 seconds, but find something to mark that jump, helps you maintain the same distance throughout. 3, 2, 1, rest. Excellent work, excellent work. Now we're starting back at the top, round 2 of 3, lateral shuffles, find that same distance. Let's go. Tall chest, reach down. Really making sure we're sitting back, those knees are staying behind those toes as we move to a low lateral shuffle. Gaze facing the screen throughout, keeps that neck in line. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Move into those skiers. Let's do it. If you notice your ankles bothering you at all, hop back on that mat. It helps reduce the impact. 3, 2, 1. Jump. Ooh, so she's sliding around. We're going to stay off the mat. Low, fast movements. Tall chest forward. 10 more seconds. Going for speed here. This is our HIIT section. 3, 2, and 1. All right, finishing off this round with that left leg, jumping, finding those lines on the ground. Let's do it. Side to side. I really wanted to focus on that lateral movement because it really engages the various cruciate ligaments of that knee. Super helpful for stabilizing. I grew up playing soccer, and ACL tears and MCL tears are so common. And to help prevent that, exercises like this is exactly what we did. And rest. Very good. So knee stabilization, super key. So if you mess with any of those ligaments, you're on crutches for at least a year. So we're going to avoid that at all costs and keep moving laterally. Let's go. Shuffle, last round, tall chest. Tends to be your fastest. Side to side, keeping those feet next to each other, avoiding crossing them. Tall chest, a little bit lower. Almost as if we're doing a crab walk. Our hands up in the air. 5, 3, 2, 1. All right, one more minute of work here before we lay back down on the floor. Skiers, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. How far side to side can we get? Can you match your mat on that lateral movement? Can you jump all the way to each side and get into a low left slalom stance? Really keeping that knee nice and on top, that ankle almost going into a little curtsy squat on the edges. We got 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. So we've got two options here. We're either starting in 10 seconds with that right leg going for 15 and switching, or you're looking to do a 2-foot hop throughout. Make your choice. I'm starting on the right. Let's go. Really focusing on that big lateral movement. You know how to lean over a little bit to get further side to side. That is A-okay. And switch. Full chest. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Very good. Second HIIT section out of the way. That is 3 out of our 5 30-30 sections. We got 2 more. Coming back on the ground when you're ready. We got a nice little break in here first. So grab your water and then join me on the floor, sitting down. Excellent. So our 3 exercises we've got going on down here today are going to be a supported V up, feet out, and in, like so. Then we're moving to a dead bug, feet in the air, reaching all the way up, and then a glute bridge, popping those feet out, or you can hold this as a crab, popping those feet out, depending on how your wrists are feeling today. All right, getting started here in 10. Assisted, the farther in you have those arms, the harder you're making it for yourself. You're also going to pick them up if you really want to flex on the sole, but whatever you're doing, start right now, in and out. Really focusing on keeping those knees and ankles together as we move through this. If reaching all the way out is too much for you, leaning back and forward, still hitting those same muscles. You're also going to put one out at a time. Whatever you're doing, keep it up for 5, 3, 2, 1. Laying down. Really maintaining that same structural posture in the back as we reach our hands up to our toes right now. So when I say good posture in your back, it means that your shoulders are down and back. Even when we're reaching up with our arms, I really want you to focus on reaching up with your chest as opposed to your head, which leaves you looking forward, chin pointing towards the ceiling. We got 10 more seconds. And avoids craning that neck. 3, 2, 1. You've lost me. Excellent. All right, starting. Got a nice push from our furry friend sitting next to you. Starting our last exercise, which is this bridge right now. So remember, we can choose a crab, alternating feet in the air, or a bridge, alternating feet in the air. My main focus for you today is that those toes are raised the entire time. Really focuses that weight in the quads instead of putting pressure in those knees. You can put your hands up in the air if you want to add an extra little bonus to it. 3, 2, 1, and down. Starting back at the top In 10, 5, feet assisted V up. Let's do it. Out and in. One of the reasons this might burn so much, feeling it almost in the top of those legs, is because this exercise really targets our hip flexors, which is a small muscle, runs in the front of our pelvic bone, and allows us to do leg lifts as well. It's not a commonly used muscle except for exercise like this, and rest, and also atrophies a lot because of how much sitting we do. So exercise like this really helps us to strengthen through those hips. And we're getting started with those dead bugs. 2, 1, reach. If it's really hurting you to keep those legs in the air, bending them does not take anything out of your ab exercise. So welcome to move those legs to more of a tabletop position. Instead, we got 15 more seconds. Remember, pulling that heart, that chest up, those feet, keeping that gaze in the sky, good space between your chin and your chest, and rest. All right, pick your poison for this last one. Crab or bridge. Getting started here right now. Hips, pop, pop. We're almost kicking our heel out into that wall in front of us. An extra addition to the crab is bringing your hand to that foot. But still, my main focus for you here is that those toes are in the air. 3, 2, 1, and down. Last round of this set coming up. 3, 2, 1, assisted V's. Let's go. Can we reach out a little farther, spend an extra second, that full extension. Really like to focus on, if you're counting, it's 1, 2 on the way down and 1 on the way up. 5, 3, 2, 1. Laying down. 1 more minute of work here in our abs. Starting in 3, toes in the air. 2, 1, big reach. Y'all are killing it. After this, we only have 1 more set of 3 exercises coming up. 10 more seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Take your breather, then push through here. Crab or glute bridge. I'm gonna go for a nice glute bridge. Let's go. Popping those heels out. Extra challenge, putting those hands in the air if you're on your shoulders. Extra challenge for that crab variation is bringing those hands to those feet. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good, long minute of break. Welcome to full reach out on the ground, feel those abs stretching out. For our last set, we had a lovely help from Andrea today. She said no wrist for our last HIIT section, so we're going to be doing legs. A lovely little lunge and jump medley for us. Our first exercise is going to be left leg forward, right leg back, and jumping from that single leg position. Then we're going on our right. And for our third, find attention around here. We're going fast feet, and then when I say down, you're gonna go 1, 2 lunges, just like so. All right, we're getting started here. Left leg forward, right leg back. I'll do a little lateral view. 3, 2, 1, and jump. This can also look like a stepping back and coming up to your knee instead. If you're jumping with me, use those arms for some momentum. It's a great way to help yourself out. 10 more seconds. Big focus on that front knee. See how mine stays right behind those toes. 3, 2, 1, and switch. Right leg forward. Remember, we can step back, come to that knee, even add a little push. That top, if that feels good for you. Let's go. Right leg forward, left leg back. Really working on extending those legs as we push off the ground. We got 5, 3, 2, 1. Now is our final fun attention, quick reflexes round. We're going fast feet, and then 1, 2 lunges. In 3, 2, 1. Fast feet, drop, 1, 2. Fast feet, drop, 1, 2. Fast feet, drop, 1, 2. Fast feet, drop, 2. Fast feet, last one, drop, drop, rest. 1 round, done. 2 more just like that, and you're out of here. So give it all you got. Going back, left leg forward. 3, 2, 1. Bounce, bounce, or step up, step up. Wherever you're at, we got 15 more seconds. Push through, you got this. No rest is coming. That's the beauty of alternating legs here. 5, 3, 2, 1. Right leg forward. Finishing this off. Getting going here in 5, 3, 2, 1. Giving you this forward view so you notice I'm really making sure to keep my legs on railroad tracks here. Feet parallel, but not in line. Allows for increased stability. 15 more seconds before we go to our fun, quick feet version. 3, 2, 1. Rest. We got our mischievous man coming up. Might be hopping across the screen in a second, so maybe ready to get him, but we are starting our attention version in 3, 2, 1. Fast feet, and drop. 1, 2. Fast feet, and drop. 1, 2. Fast feet, and drop. 1, 2. Fast feet, drop. Last 1, 2. Excellent. Good break here. Last round. Coming up, right leg back. 3, 2, 1. Jump or step and come up to your knee. Both really focusing on this left quad. Getting going here. 3, 2, 1. Last round on that right leg. Got 1 more minute of work here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Hopping up. Right leg forward. Big jump. 10. Almost there. 5, 3, 2, 1. Last 30 seconds of work. Give it all you got here. 2 lunges in between. That can be a step out or a jump lunge. 3, 2, 1. Fast feet and drop. Fast feet drop, fast feet, drop, fast feet, drop, drop, 10 more seconds, drop, fast feet, last one, drop, and rest. Woo! Excellent work. We're gonna reach our hands up to the ceiling here, clasp them above our head. Deep breath, in and out. Great work today. That was fun. I really enjoyed the 30 seconds. Please let me know what you thought as well. We are coming down. Let's bring one arm across our body here. Really spinning out the other ankle if that feels good for you. Keeping that shoulder down and back. Let that heart rate slow on down. And switch. Other ankle, other arm. A nice, soft, standing knee. Excellent. Let's bring one arm up and over. Tricep stretch. Give us a pat on the back for all the great work you did today. Y'all killed it. Moving through the whole time, giving it your all. That's all I ask. That's all I want to see. I think one of the real helpful things that I really enjoy about our virtual classes is that it leaves it up to you. It leaves you really only able to compare yourself to yourself, and that's what we all should be doing. So really happy that virtual classes really let you do that. And switch. Excellent. Good. Making sure we have a good space for our head in between those forearms. Excellent. All right. Let's get a nice wide stance here. Leaning down one side, arm up and over. Feeling out those obliques. And switch. Putting that arm above or below that knee reduces tension on those joints. Really keeping that chest open so we feel our whole long body going down. Now let's reach down to that leg, bringing, just like we did in those dead bugs, that chest to our foot instead of craning our neck. Reaching to that quad, to that calf, to that foot, to the ground, whatever feels good for you. And then when you're ready, walking through center, feeling out center if you like, hanging there, and then moving to the other side.
I tried.
Excellent. Coming up to standing nice and slow. Grabbing one leg behind you. Good quad stretch, especially for this quad, making sure we have a nice, soft, standing knee. Allows that blood to keep flowing. Allows that balance to become engaged. If you want to open up that chest a little more, grab both hands to that foot. And switch. Excellent. A little balance challenge if you want it, coming through without putting it on the ground and grabbing that piriformis here. Welcome to pull it up like so. If you're pulling up, making sure that toe is really focused towards that screen or sitting in. Whatever feels good for you. And switch. Other side, pulling up or sitting in. Tall chest regardless. Welcome to bring your hands to heart center. That helps you focus in. Coming to standing, last but not least, let's feel out our calves here. Popping one foot forward, hips back, chest to that toe. Allows you to feel our calves. Welcome to bring your hand to that toe and pull up on it if that feels good for you. And switch. Foot out, toe up, sitting back in. You should feel it in your calves and all the way up into your hammies as well. Nice flat backs. We reach down here. Excellent. All right, give yourself a round of applause. Great work today.